If you want to improve at Fortnite faster, if you want to win more fights, or if you want to place better in tournaments, then watch this video from start to finish. This is going to be a raw, no BS video with no flashy animations or edits, just real advice that you need to know if you want to improve or go pro in Fortnite. And just so you know, this won't waste your time, and so you can sit back and actually watch this video and know that you will improve, then listen to this. I've helped tens of thousands of people improve, and I've helped multiple people get earnings. So I promise, if you just watch this video and apply everything I tell you in this video, you will improve, I guarantee it. So don't let your TikTok brains click off the video because there isn't a flashy edit every 2 seconds. Because after telling people what I'm about to tell you in this video, the ones who implemented everything I said got earnings in under 30 days. First, I just want to say that a lot of you are just completely wasting your time, because the truth is that even if you play for 8 hours a day, if you aren't playing the right things, you'll improve so much slower, or you might even just not improve at all. So make sure that when you're playing, you follow 2 very important fundamentals. And the first fundamental is making sure that when you play, you're focusing on your mechanics, and the things you're practicing are working towards improving what you're bad at. So in other words, your weak points, because otherwise you'll just keep on repeating the same mistakes over and over again, and you'll never see the improvement you want. And this is so unbelievably important, so please make sure you get this right and make sure you actually do this. If you don't know how to, then you pretty much just find your weaknesses by watching back your games or slowing down your fights in replays, and then looking at the exact reason you died. Then you just write this down and work on improving it in your routine. I have something that makes this super easy, but more about that later in the video. But fundamental 2 is making sure that you go up against the best players possible in your routine. So when you do 1v1s, make sure you 1v1 someone who is either around your skill level, or I recommend going up against someone slightly better than you, because what this is going to do is it's going to make sure you can't get away with any mistakes, because tons of players make a lot of mistakes in real games because the people they're going up against in creative don't push them when they make mistakes, just because they're not good enough. And also make sure you're playing a lot of 1v1s. Pros like Veno became some of the best fighters in the world simply by grinding 1v1s. To be honest, if you really want to go pro, you need to be playing at least 1 hour of 1v1s every day, and your full routine should be around 50% creative and 40% endgame practice, and then 10% VOD reviewing. But only if you're a competitive player who hasn't just started. If you're newer to competitive or just a game in general, then you should spend less time in endgame practice and more time in things like creative, as creative is the best way to get better at fighting. Okay, now something that isn't really advanced like some of the other things in this video are, but is something that a lot of people either don't understand properly or just get wrong, and it's a really important fighting fundamental you need to master. And this is what I call edit selection, because a lot of people have really bad edit selection, which is basically where you make the wrong edits for the wrong situations. Most players know how to make a good peak by now, but a lot of people still mess up with their edit selection. So let me jump in Fortnite real quick to help you fix this. And please don't skip past any of this section, because if you watch all of it, you'll probably end up winning 90% more fights, because this is probably the reason most of you keep on dying. Edit selection is knowing what edit to do in what situation, because like that edit there, if there's a person in this box, the best edit you can do is to do this edit here, and then go for a shot like that, because this means you're fully protected and you can see them. But let's say you've done this edit here. Well, this leaves you fully exposed. Even if you go here, you have to jump and you're fully exposed when you jump. Also, if you do make this edit here, then this person could just hide behind his cone like this, and it's going to be pretty hard for you to be able to see them, and that's going to give them enough time to react and go out the box and go for piece control or something like that. So before you make a final edit or an important edit, keep keep in mind where the enemy is in proportion to where you are. Because let's say they're on this side here in a box, then this edit isn't going to be optimal because you aren't really going to be able to see him without moving into his line of vision. Let's say they're in this corner right here. You want to think before you make the edit, what is the best edit? I'm here and the enemy's there, so what's going to be the best edit? This window edit isn't going to be the best edit because, well, I'm fully exposed. This and crouching behind this cone, this is a way better edit. And you might think they're going to be able to see me because I can see them, but if you go here, they actually can't see you at all because they're in this corner. So that's what I mean by making the right edit in the right situation and thinking about the edit you do before you do it in proportion to where you are compared to the enemy. Another example is, let's say they're in that box and you're pressuring from above like this. So you're pressuring like this and then you're taking their wall. This edit is not going to be optimal because this leaves you fully exposed. So this is the wrong edit for the right situation. In some cases, this edit will be the best edit in some situations. Like this situation here, that was a good edit because you're fully protected behind the cone. But in this situation, that's not the best edit. In this situation, the best edit is probably going like this and then like that, because this leaves you pretty much never exposed and it allows you to get a shot. Like they can't shoot you from this position. They would have to be right here for them to shoot you. And if they are right here, then you can do this edit, because this way they can't shoot you, you're fully protected, but you can shoot them. So it's all about making the right edit for the right situation. Okay, now let's go over watching pros. And when I tell you watching pros is one of the most important things that you need to do if you want to go pro, trust me, it is. If you ask any of the top pros what their top 3 pieces of advice they would give to people who want to go pro, in that list somewhere, they would tell you to watch pros, because that's where you'll learn how to play the competitive side of Fortnite. It's where you'll understand how to properly rotate, how to get surge, how to play an end game, and everything like that. So watch pros and look at what they do, and then you can replicate this in your games. If you want, you could watch 2 pro games every day and note down 2 or 3 things they do in their games. Then in some of your scrim sessions, you can copy them things in your own games. And by the way, if you don't play scrims, then I don't have a clue what you're doing, but I can tell you it's definitely not what you should be doing, because besides actual tournaments, scrims is what's going to help you get better tournament placements. It's going to teach you how to rotate and things like that, but most importantly, it's going to get you lots of repetitions of end games in, because the more experience in end games you have, the better game sense you'll have, and the more you'll know what to do in different situations. Now, next up, you should join the pro reality, and I know this is going to seem like I'm going to sell you something or something like that, but 1, it's completely free, and 2, it's the best place where you can see improvement. And I'm not just saying that, it helps over 10,000 people improve way faster than they ever have before. I'm putting everything I know in this Discord, from full courses on fighting, mechanics, tournaments, and everything, to literally the best routines you can get for Fortnite anywhere on the internet. I tested hundreds of scenarios used by pros and recommended by pro coaches, so I promise you the best routines will always be in this Discord. But there's also like 30 improvement channels in the Discord, and I keep you updated with the meta whenever there's a new update. There's genuinely so much in this Discord, all dedicated to helping you improve as much as possible and helping you go pro. It's completely free, it already helps people get earnings, and I guarantee it will help you improve too. The link is in the description if you want to join. Something to note though is that improvement is all over the place. You reach lots of skill caps and your improvement is never a straight line. There are ups and downs, and there are also a lot of mistakes you need to fix along the way. So don't get too demotivated when you hit a skill cap or can't seem to improve. As long as you do the right things, figure out your weaknesses, track your weaknesses, and actually work on your weaknesses, you'll eventually break through that skill cap and start improving again. But something I see tons of people doing is making excuses. It's simple, and I've said it before. If you don't stop making excuses, please just make sure that you at least go back after and look at your game with no ego and go into it with no excuses at all. Stop blaming your ping or your team teammates or something like that. Blaming it isn't going to fix it. If you have bad ping, you have bad ping. You just have to deal with it, to be honest. If you're on the best internet you can be on and you have bad ping, stop using it as an excuse, because it won't make it better. In fact, it will probably just make everything worse. And before you go to the comments and say, well, I'm on 200 ping, don't bother, because to be honest, it's going to be really, yeah, not gonna lie, it might not be possible for you to go pro. But you can still improve, and like I said, complaining isn't going to do anything. Something I just want to touch on is how long it takes to go pro and the importance of consistency, because it does take a long time to go pro and you have to stay consistent. That's why pretty much no one goes pro, along with some other stuff of course, but this is also a significant factor. But just because it takes long, don't think you can't go pro. If you truly want to go pro and you actually put in the right work, then you can go pro. Now real quick, I want to let you know about the Fortnite progression tracker bundle. If you're a competitive player who's struggling to get the results you want, then you've probably reached a skill level where you've hit a skill cap. But 99% of players won't get over a skill cap if they don't make changes and work on what they actually need to work on. But with that comes a very big problem. Most people don't know how to find their weaknesses, let alone track them so you see actual progress. So I literally built an all-in-one bundle which gives you a built-in weaknesses tracker that is fully customizable, so all you have to do is just fill in the details and the rest is done for you. But that's not it, because this all-in-one bundle will give you multiple trackers, checklists and documents to figure out what you need to work on, track your weaknesses, track your progress and work towards the right things. It will help you stay on track so you know what to work on each day and so you know what to work towards in order to improve. If you want to get this, then there's a discount right now that you can get by clicking the link in the description. But now the last piece of advice I want to give you is to take the game seriously, because at the end of the day, if you want to go pro, some days are not going to be fun and you're going to have to do the boring stuff like VOD reviewing. It might be boring, but it's going to help you improve and it's a must if you want to go pro. I know a lot of you really want to go pro, so I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you to do this by uploading these kind of videos. But obviously at the end of the day, it all comes down to you and whether you take the advice and put in the work. If you do want to improve, then I recommend watching this video here. But before you go, make sure to like and subscribe and use code Blexiti in the Fortnite item shop if you want to support me further. I'm also doing a $100 giveaway in my Discord, which is linked in the description, so make sure to enter that. But thank you for watching.